Oh, you're right, loves. Basically. Do you want a knuckle sandwich? We're gonna see if we can win a game of LOL Beans today. Okay. Obviously, let's change our name. Flicking my bean. Flick my bean. Okay. That works. F11. There you go. That girl was so dangerous. How did you do for reasons? Hey, what the fuck is my camera doing? What is that about? See, I just go like, You're not allowed to move the camera around. I try.
He was running for my papa, jumping on that gang on little bit.
Guys, no, this is a lull. No, I'm not happy about this. I'm not happy. Yes! Fun, fun, fun! Okay, that was actually quite good. This is doodle. This is easiest doodle ones. Shut up. Obviously, this is just hashtag lol. Okay. Dance break. Right, run. Quick, run! Go! Yes, go to clowns, guys. I'm good at this one. See? I've done this many times because they call me the clown kid. Because they say I'm like a clown. No! What? No, stop. No, jump up! Jump, little bean! Stop flicking my bean! I keep flicking my bean! It's a self-mechanism. No, get up! Okay. Wait! No! Wait, that's good! No! Okay. Ready? Watch out. Well, I'm just gonna run it. Guys, I'm just gonna rush it. Oh, yes! Yes! In the eyes. Oh! That's it. I reckon I could win this game from actually die.
3, 2, 1.
Bye, Lucas! Lucas, you're not that good, pal. I never did that. What is that? Okay, so it kills you the moment. Okay, I think I know who's won. Okay, so Luke has won. Beginner's luck. Alright guys,
Album covers are important. We know that by now. They can be good, bad, or just plain misleading. But one thing that I love, maybe more than anything on earth, is when an album cover is a perfect representation of how an album sounds. It's a pretty hard thing to pull off, but when done right, it can turn an album from being great to a classic. So I asked you guys for some albums that sound exactly like the cover, and holy shit, you guys were passionate about this one. So without further ado, let's begin. Trench by 21 Pilots really captures the darker and grittier sound on the album. Okay, I honestly chose to include this one because of that one dude that always keeps a tally of how many times 21 Pilots is mentioned. This one's for you. I might not be the biggest 21 Pilots fan in the world, but they do have a pretty good track record of album covers. I don't know how much I would say each of them fits the albums, because the Scaled and Icy album cover definitely looks like it's a cooler album than it is. This one is a cool cover though. You know, I might be partial, but I think this one would look cooler without all the words. Other than that though, if I just saw this album cover and there were no words, I didn't know who it was, I would probably think it's a sequel, that one Future and Young Thug album, which this is definitely not. Maybe for 21 Pilots standard. They don't feed me to the vultures, I am a vulture who feeds on pain. But yeah, this one's alright. I guess it matches the album. I think we could lose the words though. This one is just so close to being really cool, but I'm just kind of meh on it. Slipknot by Slipknot. It looks and sounds super raw, eerie, intense, and intimidating. Yeah, it looks like a new metal album cover is what it looks like. This is actually a really good example though, because as much as I don't like this cover, the album does sound like this. The cover looks like you're being cornered by all these like horrific freaks, and it's kind of what the album sounds like. You know, the more I look at this cover, the more I kind of appreciate it. Like, this era of nu metal aesthetic, I don't think it can be recreated, because like it's scary, but there's always an underlying kind of silliness to it. Still scary, never stops being scary and yelly, and like you're in a very dark, scary, slimy place. But every now and then, that scary clown on the cover stops being creepy and does a legitimate little clown trick for you. Ease the tension of being cornered in this jail cell or whatever this is. Not that dude in the middle though. He's so serious. Mr. Slipknot himself. Apparently he was the first one to slip on a knot, which he never forgot. And he's just been going after anyone that's ever tied a knot before or slipped. Yeah, this one's perfect. Plastic Beach by Gorillaz. This one is such a good cover. Plastic Beach was always one of my favorite Gorillaz albums back in the day. It's kind of grown off me a little, but I still appreciate it. And something about this album and the sounds of the songs, I can't explain it, but they feel plastic. I don't know how I came up with that description. That was just off the dome. But the production, the bounciness on this album, the really silly out there tracks like Super Fast Jellyfish.
All hail King Neptune and his water breathers.
It's all very aquatic, but not like real ocean aquatic. It feels like those kids' toys that they start as like a little pill thing, and then you stick it in water and they grow. This album feels like that. And I've always thought that if Wes Anderson ever made a music video or a full like album movie, then this album would have been perfect for it, because that's what the album cover looks like to me. It looks like an aquatic, fantastic Mr. Fox set. I can't imagine a better cover for this album. Y'all thinking in the wrong way. Angelic to the core. You know, he's not wrong. I didn't specify that the albums had to be good, yet most of you gave examples of good albums. This one is a pretty good example of an album cover that kind of matches the album and how horrible they both are. If you're putting out an album that sounds as bad as Angelic to the Core, the least you can do is give people a warning. You know, let people know what they're in for with an album cover like this. Imagine if the album cover was legitimately amazing. You go to listen to it all excited. Corey Feldman, I know that name. Isn't he like an actor or something? It's probably gonna be good. It's probably gonna be pretty interesting. And then this comes on. We should all be very grateful that this album cover exists. Because I'm young, arrogant, and hate everything you stand for by Machine Girl. It expresses the chaotic energy perfectly. God, that is an amazing album name too. If I ever make a video about album names, which I probably will, you best believe this album is gonna be on there. Oh my God. There's not too many bands that do this to me, but Machine Girl, they're one of those bands I kind of forget about sometimes until I see one of their album covers again, and it draws me in. How can you see this and not immediately want to listen to it? This is like a masterclass of controlled chaos
crazy.
because there is so much
guys,
happening
smash
here,
like
but
and
the
comment if that was
composition,
crazy.
the colors, everything go together so well. The gun really completes it. Heaven or Las Vegas by Cocktail Twins. Heaven or Las Vegas by Cocktail Twins. This album cover has bright and bold covers that make a really warm and layered picture, just like the music it represents. This cover art is exactly what I would imagine if I closed my eyes while listening to this album. You guys are on a roll this episode. Is that why there were so many answers? You guys just been waiting for this prompt? I mean, you described it perfectly in your submission. This art is so abstract, but feels so purposeful when you're listening to the album and looking at this. I don't know what it is, but every element to it is so perfect, because if you just had the big red blob and none of the swishy swooshes, then it would feel super like calm, maybe shoegaze-ish, but very like quiet and still. But those swishies, those swoops, they do a lot. It somehow visually looks like how I imagine my neurons are firing when I'm listening to this album. Like they're still during the quieter parts, and then they're swish swooshing around during the more upbeat parts. Beautiful freaking cover. The little hint of that neon green in the name too feels almost Lynchian in a way. Rest in peace. Today by Radiohead is the perfect example. Sorry, there's nothing funny about this, but something happened to my file. Ed is the perfect example. Sorry, there's nothing funny about this, but something happened to my files, so this is what's popping up right now. I don't think it goes that well, man. Okay, I fixed it. The beautiful Radiohead Mountaintops reminds me of when I used to pretend Kid A was my favorite album in high school. I mean, maybe it was. I hadn't really heard a lot of great music yet, but very desolate album cover. You got these snowy mountaintops, the super gloomy sky, volcanoes erupting, and then it's got these like glitchy elements which kind of feel like a reminder that this landscape isn't real. This whole album is very isolated and depressed, and the cover does do a really good job of visualizing the kind of place you feel like you're at when you're that sad and isolated. This is one of those ones that's so ingrained in my head, it's really hard to imagine a different cover, but it really is, I think, as good as you can get to visually representing how cold and lonely this album feels. Everything